We start off shaking both hands this morning. Sorry, I sprung into it then, didn't I? Give them both a loosen up. Loosen up your fingers and just really enjoy being here. Just feel the joints in the hand loosening and just taking your time to bring a bit of awareness into your hands. Feel it flow into your palms and your wrists. Taking it into the forearms and the elbows. Give your knees a bend. Feel the feet placed on the ground. And just feeling that lovely vibration in your shoulders. And then we're going to take the arms up through the middle. And give them a really good shake overhead. And then take a moment to pause and stretch up, let the sternum lift. Just really enjoy that lengthening. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, just let both arms come down. Lovely. Take your weight over to your left leg. Pop your hands on your hips. Lift your right foot and circle your toes. So pop your core muscles on. Rotating your ankle. I can tell you one difference I've got since teaching yoga full time is I no longer have back problems. I had terrible RSI in my right shoulder from using a mouse for 27 years. All of that's gone, which I'm so relieved. And then go the other way as well. And then give your foot a shake. And feel the sole of the foot loosening and your toes. And the other massive difference is I'm 100% happier. Just feel that lovely vibration in your calf muscle and your knee. And then let it travel up into your thigh and your hip. And then let the leg come out in front. And then we're just going to take it across the body. Got a bit of balancing going on. Remember, you get extra brain cells when you actually lose your balance and recorrect it, apparently. And then bring the leg back around and then give the leg a swing. Oops. So hold on to something if you feel that you want to, and just let that leg just move backwards and forwards. Just remembering to lift your toes. And keeping the leg in line with the hip. Oops. And then pop your foot back down. And the supporting leg, lift it up and circle your toes. Core muscles on. You're rotating those toes. And after a few rotations one way, go the other way. And then let your foot have a shake. Shaking the heel, the toes, the arch. And then feel it go into your calf muscle. And your knee. Feel it go up into the quad. And then let the leg come out in front. And then we're going to take it across the body. And then bring in the leg so it's in line with the hip. You've either got your imaginary chairs or something to hold, something to support you. And then you just let that leg start to swing. And we never force it. We're not pushing it. It just happens over time as the hip loosens and the psoas. It's like the leg's like a pendulum. And then place your foot down on the mat and have a little dance around. And feel that lovely flowing movement in your body. Lovely. And then come back to standing. Going to come up to the shoulders now. First of all, just lift your shoulders and take a nice breath in. Breathe out, let your shoulders relax down. You're going to do that 2 more times. So lift up, breathe in, and you could even sigh it out. And then that final time, and release. And just allowing one shoulder to lift and then the other. And we've got that unraveling feeling, unraveling tension from the shoulders. Your hips moving. Your elbows be included, and feel the space in the ribs. Creating space. Create space in the body, and also create that space in the mind, allowing clarity and focus. And then let your arms sink down and swing the arms through. Just feel as though you're releasing any tension with every arm that moves through. It's got compression. And from this movement this morning, we're going to go straight into our figure of 8. So you can step your feet really wide and make it dynamic. Get your heart rate going and really explore the space around. As though you're autumnal cleaning your energy body. Letting your body move wherever it might need to go this morning. Just have your palms facing one another. That's really nice, reaching high. And then make your way forward, come down into your forward bend. Let your hands trail around the knees, the ankles, and create like a half moon shape. I'm just going to let the body move in this way for a little while. Letting any tension be released, softening your knees. And then slowing it down so it's very, very slow. And then let the body come to stillness. And then bend your knees so your abdomen is resting a little bit on your thighs, but your feet are a bit separated. And breathe out. And then pop your core muscles on and start to stand up. Stacking one vertebra at a time. We're going to take the hands all the way through the midline. Breathe in as you come up. Let your shoulders relax. And then let both arms come down either side of the body. Heel toe your feet a little bit closer together. And we're just going to start turning from side to side. Let the movement come from your hips, from the base of the spine. This is such an amazing movement, so simple, but it does so much. It releases latent energy from the discs, vertebra, so it can really give you a boost if you're feeling a bit tired. I remember one time when I was in India and I got there, and we'd been traveling for what felt like 3 days, and we got there and we were exhausted, really tired. And I thought, I know, I'm going to test this yoga. I'm going to practice, I'm going to test what I preach. So I started doing this, and then me and my friend, and we did this for a while, and it worked. We got energy. We saw the sunrise, actually, you know, when you travel through the night. And yeah, I tested it. You have to, though, don't you? And then let your arms come up that little bit higher. Feel a stretch between your shoulder blades. Feeling the whole of your back. And then let the arms come up to the shoulder height. And add a little stretch into it. And then we're going to take the arms up into the space above. Enjoy that lovely twisting movement. And then let your arms, your relaxed arms, come back down. Lift your heels from the ground. Sternum lift. And start to let the arms travel higher again. Shoulder level. And tune into that freedom as you move. When we repeat movements, it allows the mind to just relax, because you're not having to think about what you're doing. It makes such a difference. And then let the arms go up overhead. Be twisting away any tiredness. And lovely, let the arms come down one more time. And let your knees bend a bit, sink down. Stretch out your quads. And then come back to standing. Lovely, circle your hips a few times. And first of all, let the whole body be included in the movement. And go the other way as well. And then let the body come back to steadiness. Now try, keep your shoulders still, and we're going to try and move the hips without moving the shoulders. So there's a lot more isolating. Hips just going around in a few circles. You might need to bend your knees. And then after a few circles in one direction, go the other way. It's hard to do. And then come back to standing. So this morning, I thought we'd add in a dynamic activation. So we know this one really well. Anchor your right foot down and step forward with your left foot. Let your arms come up and you breathe in. And then your arms come back down and up again. So we're just moving forwards, lifting the sternum. We've got breath coming in as your arms lift, and as you breathe out, your arms come down. Lovely. Feeling the spine stretching out and stretching into the diaphragm. Big dome-shaped muscle touching the lungs. Okay, second stage, give your shoulders a tap. That's it. And this stretches the latissimus dorsi, big muscle in the back. And inserts in the arms and inside of the ribs. And lower down in the back. Lovely. And then just allowing the arms to become relaxed once more. As your arms become more relaxed, just tune into that breath. And then let the arms come down. Place your feet back on the floor. This time you're going to anchor the left foot and step forward with the right. And we'll do the same things with the arms again. First time we do it, focuses on the sternum, so lifting. Lift through the sternum, stretches the spine. And then change it to the next stage, so give your shoulders a tap. If you feel like you're wobbly, just make your step a little bit more narrow. Lovely. And then just go back to the arms. Tuning into your breath. Lovely. And then this time your arms come down, just let them relax there. So yeah, have a drink of water. So we're going to come to stand in the mountain pose. You're bringing your feet to hip distance. Nice easy way to get hip distance, just slide the heel. So if your right foot towards the arch, pivot on your big toe, and then park the feet so they're parallel. And then lift your toes, stretch your toes. Feel the heels sinking down. And feel as though your feet are really connected to the earth. The feet are steady. You have that awareness of each one of your toes. And you're just going to begin to draw that steady awareness from the earth. Allow that steadiness to travel up through the heels, through the knees. Just check your knees are soft. Pop your hands onto your hips and just park your pelvis. Tilt it forwards, tilt it backwards, and then find that middle space. Release your hands. And breathe out. And then begin to lift that pelvic floor. So it feels like you're lifting the base of the body up towards the crown of the head. And you'll feel your spine lengthen. And we just make sure we keep breathing steadily and evenly. Keep those core muscles engaged, about 60%. And then moving your awareness back to your breath, let the sternum lift. And breathe out, notice that space arriving into your chest as you allow your breathing to slow down. And then just let your shoulders lift up towards your ears, take your shoulders back. Align your chin, so your chin's parallel to the floor. Feel the crown of the head rise up. I'm going to start this morning's practice with a short meditation. So as you stand in this way, steady and strong, allow an image of a tree to come to mind. And allow this tree to be about 3 or 4 feet in front of you. And at the base of this tree, notice the earth. Depending what kind of tree it is, you may find conkers or pine nuts, or could be something on the ground around it. And from the base of the tree, allow your curiosity to take you down into the ground. Just starting to follow the pathway of its roots down, noticing its depth. And then beginning to draw that awareness up from the roots Just feel as though that strength, that connected feeling, feeling grounded, it's rising up into your legs, chest. And then allow the image of your tree to dissolve. Begin with some movement. So just let your arms cross in front, and it's just as though your elbows are lifting up. And we first of all focus on the physical body, create a nice circle in front, soften your knees, and just keep alternating the arms. Synchronizing your breath, so the in-breath lifts the arms, and your out-breath brings the arms down. Noticing your physical structure and how your arms feel in the space around your body. Lengthening through your spine. Just allowing this movement to help you relax, to let go. And hear the sound of your breath. And really focus in on your exhalation. And then allowing your awareness to come to the center of your chest, to the heart center. And here, just inviting a warm light. And it can be glowing, autumnal colours, or whatever colour you like. But as you move your arms, feel as though you're diffusing that light. You're allowing a big, warm circle of light to encapsulate the whole of your body. It helps you to settle and energize you. And then let your arms just come up overhead and pause for a moment. Roll in your last 3 fingers and extend your index finger. So they're just extended up. Let your elbows come forward, lengthen your spine, and just for a moment, close your eyes and tune into something to create within your life. It could be some time for you, or it could be anything at all. Just see yourself in that place. Feel into what it feels like. And then create those circles again. So one big circle, and then it overlaps. And breathe in. And softly breathe out as the arms come down. Notice if the movement feels different as we hold the mudra. This is the prana mudra. It's the Brahma mudra, actually. The Brahma mudra. Mudra of creativity. And then just pause once more with your hands up overhead. Lengthen your spine, lift sternum, close your eyes for a moment. Breathe in. And breathe out, let the fingers open out. Let your palms spread. And then let your palms come together. Let the wrists be just in front of the crown of the head. And what we're going to do is breathe in. And then as you breathe out, bend your knees, raise your arms up, stretching the whole of your spine, keeping knees over the ankles. Breathe in as you bring the hands back down in front of the heart. Now breathing out, we're going back down. Again, feeling that dynamic stretch through your spine. Breathe in, straighten the legs into the heart pump. We're going to go down again. Now look up towards the back of your wrists. Openness in the throat, clear speech. And then look forward, hands come back to the heart. You might feel a rush of warmth. Release your hands, open your arms wide, and just draw the palms in towards your chest. Breathe in. And breathe out, soften the knees, push away. Breathe in, lengthening. And breathe out, push away. Breathing in, drawing in. Okay, just tuning into that. Again, the sound, rhythm of your breath. And breathe now. Just allowing this movement to settle you into that softness of the heart. And then release the hands, like the arms just be forward, your palms face down. Separate your feet a little bit further apart. And just soften your knees. Give your arms a shake. So we're just going to do 2 stages of this standing twist this morning. First stage, we're going to keep the feet forward and the knees soft and just move from the hips. So you can do it. You can even do it with your hands on your hips if you wanted to. Generally, we do it with the arms out in front, but if you want to just do it, if you want to do it with your hands on your hips, you can. Lengthen your spine, core muscles on, and just start moving from the hips. And your knees are soft, and you get so far, and you can't get much further. And then we breathe in, lengthen the spine, and then just twist into it that little bit more. Just keeping the arms in line with the shoulders. And then let your hips come back to the front. So knees soft. By turning the hips towards the left side. Get so far, breathe in, lift sternum, and just ease around that little bit more. And then bringing the hips back towards the front, arms come round. This time turn your right foot 90 degrees and prepare to come onto the ball of the left foot. So we start to take the hips around, get so far, come onto the ball of the left foot, let your foot rotate, heel rotate, and you go all the way round. And then this time, place the left hand onto your right shoulder. And if you want to, you can bend your right elbow and place your forearm into the small of your back. Lovely. Now breathe in, lengthen your spine. And as you breathe out, just ease into that twist. So just easing into it. You can gently press your shoulder. Check the weight is through that back foot. Knees bent. And then come back to the front, slowly, 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 unraveling as you come around. So let your arms come back out in front. Turn the toes of your left foot. Start turning towards the left. Get so far, come onto the ball of the right foot. Twist that bit more. Pop your right hand onto your left shoulder. Bend your left arm into the small of the back. Breathe in, lengthen the spine. Core muscles on, and as you breathe out, you just twist. And you sink into your twist. Lovely. Coming back towards the front now. Your arms come back around. Your arms relax. Few rotations for those arms. Always keeping the hands in the periphery of your vision. And feeling that flow of awareness come down, and it comes down through your shoulders, your elbows, wrists. And we're going to go and take the arms up to shoulder height. And then once we arrive at shoulder height, we're going to channel our Egyptian dancer this morning. So look towards your right palm and give it a smile if you wish, and then turn that right palm behind so it's behind you. So we've got this kind of awkward shape. Going to look to the left palm, feel as though you're breathing in through the left. Breath comes through and you rotate the arms, the breath comes out of the right. Breathe in through the right, that breath comes through. It turns out through the left. And then just continue in that way, working with your own breathing rhythm. Your arms come back down by your side. So it's a movement for the arms, the neck, the shoulders. And then let your arms relax. Shake out. Okay. So separate your feet. So your feet are about shoulder distance. Bend your knees. So here's where we go from, so we were doing the cat last week, we're going to go into the standing cat. So you can place your hands just behind your knees. And the first thing to do is just let tummy hang out, let all your core muscles go. Make sure you feel supported. And then breathe out. Lift pelvic floor, abdominals and glutes, and just really tighten those muscles. Let your spine arch, and then let your chin just drop into the chest. And hold that for a moment, hold in that shape, and then bring in the breath in. As you breathe in, tilt your pelvis forward and let that ripple just move down through each vertebra, and then let your head come up. Movement works with the breath. Each time you go back to the base, arch the back, one vertebra at a time, chin comes down towards the chest. Just enjoying that flow. It's fabulous. Just enjoying each vertebra. Feel as though it's really clear in that pathway. If you want to bring in visualization again, that warm light flowing from the base of the spine, moving through each vertebra as your awareness moves through. And then just one more. Come to neutral. Your hands are shake. Always hurts my wrist, that one. I don't know about you. I get really tired wrists from it. Truth comes out now. I always think though, if I feel it, someone else will be as well. So it's important to look after the wrist. But we're getting strong wrists from all those cat movements we did at the beginning of the week. So we're going to go back into that now. Pop your hands back onto your thighs. And as a preparation, we're just going to begin to move, dropping one shoulder to the middle and feeling that fluidity in your spine, that movement. And then come back to neutral. And then what we're going to do is take the right shoulder down towards the midpoint. Turn from the base of the spine and you're going to look up over your left shoulder. Breathe in, use core, come back to the center. Drop your left shoulder, turn from the base of the spine. Take a couple of breaths in that twist. And then come back to the middle. Drop your right shoulder, turn through each vertebra one at a time, and you're looking up over your left shoulder. Use your core and breath, come back to the middle, drop the other one down, and come back to the center. Step your feet a little bit wider and come into a wide forward bend and hold your elbows. And then we just begin to swing very gently between the two big toes. And this movement is to stretch out your hamstrings. So if you are experiencing any pain, bend your knees. Don't let any pain arrive, just let the movement be soft and gentle. Then take your right elbow towards the middle. Breathe in. As you breathe out, draw your right elbow down, your right shoulder. And take a moment to breathe into that area. And then release, go back into that swinging movement. Come to the middle with the left elbow, breathe in. Breathe out, guide that left elbow and shoulder down. And then come back to the center, allow that swinging to happen again. And then place your hands down onto the ground, onto the mat. If you want to pop a block under your hands, you can. Bend your knees as well. So we can turn from the base of the spine, one vertebra at a time, and then raise your right arm up above your body. And then let your head look up towards that right arm. And take a big deep breath in. On your out breath, let your hand come towards your armpit and then fold that arm down onto the mat. We're going to turn from the base of the spine and breathe in as your left arm comes up. Look up towards that hand. Lovely, take a breath in. As you breathe out, that arm comes down, knees soften. Same again on the other side, turn from the base of the spine, right arm lifts up, look up towards your right arm. And then soften your arm, bring your hand in towards your armpit, lower your arm down. One more on the other side, so turn from the base of the spine, arm lifts. Lovely, looking up towards that hand. And then bring the arm down, place it onto the ground. Bend your knees and lift back up. So your knees are bent. We're going to do this the easy way this morning. Easy way, what do you mean? Bend your knees and sink down into the quad. So you're stretching out the adductor on the right side. So both feet are facing forwards. And just relaxing into that stretch. Engage core, breathe in, lift, and then sink down into the other side. Stretching it on the inside, left leg. Breathe in, engage core, lift, and sink. Engage core, breathe in, lift up, come through the middle. And down. And then if you want to just move freely between the two sides, I've just used my forearm to rest into it as it gets a bit deeper. And then if it works for you and you want to come down lower, so you're down and you can use your hands to go from one side to the other. If that works for you, it might not do. You stay wherever you're comfortable. And then come back to the center point. Let your toes come forward. Walk your feet back into hip distance. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come down to the ground. So I don't know if you want to adjust your cameras so I can see you once you're down there. And if you want to grab a cushion for your hips or some blankets and things, you can. So we're going to do a few movements down here. we go. So down on the ground we are. And you want to have your legs stretched out. I've placed a little cushion just underneath my sitting bones. And when we do that, it really helps to lift the pelvis, so it makes it more comfortable to tilt forwards, and it makes it less painful for your knees when we do that. So just on this little cushion, sitting bones on there, pelvis tilted forward, legs out in front. First of all, give your legs a nice tap on the ground. And we're going to do, there's two movements we're going to do down here. First of all, the first one is the seated forward bend, Paschimottanasana, and it's just such a relaxing movement. So I'll do a little demo because it's been a while since we've done it. So just watch me for a second and I'll demonstrate both of the poses. So that's our first pose, Paschimottanasana, and then this is going into Sirsasana. A very quick demonstration of those two. Sometimes, you know, when we do the second one and you've got your leg like this, you can pop a cushion under the knee as well, you know, to make that more comfortable. That might be nice, because it's, if not, you end up with the leg up here. So let's work with Paschimottanasana. So stretching your legs out, sitting bones down. So make sure you can feel something underneath the sitting bones. So they've got the cushion to press down to, because that's your earth connection. So when you've got your sitting bones down, you're connected to the earth. And this pose, particularly Paschimottanasana, really helps to settle you. So place your hands onto your thighs, engage pelvic floor, abdominals and glutes, and breathe in and feel your spine lengthen. And breathe out, relax. Each in-breath, you feel the spine lengthen. And breathe out, relax. Release your hands from your knees, turn your palms up, and we're just going to create a circle at the side of the body. And breathe in as the arms come up. And then the palms will face down, and it's as though you're condensing something, you're pressing down. Breathing out. And then turn the palms up in front of the navel. Breathe in, lift again. This time lift to the level of the heart, and then turn your palms forward and just reach forward. Stretch forward. Don't worry about coming down to your legs. That's it. Head, neck and shoulders relax. Turn your palms up and then bring the arms down and trace the little fingers along the seam of your trousers as you draw back. And then we breathe in and lift up. So it's like a churning of a wheel. You breathe out as you come forward. Palms face up, core muscles engage, and you draw. You breathe in and breathe out. Breathing in, gathering in, drawing in, getting that strength, that rise, and breathe out. And you might notice the stretch in your hamstrings and your back. And this is a good one to do before bed. If you feel a bit fragmented, it's a good one to work with. It clears out the mind. It helps you to settle. Now this time you come forward, just pause there. You can pop your hands on your knees or your shins or wherever's good. Close your eyes, and on each in-breath, feel the spine lengthen a little bit. And then as you breathe out, just relax. And with yoga, everybody's body's different, so we all make different shapes. And what it looks like doesn't matter at all. It's how it feels for you. The energetics in the pose are available to all of us. And then engage pelvic floor. Breathe in. And just bring those fingers, those hands back up. And we're going to lift up in front of the heart center. And then open the arms out to the sides. Lift your right leg up. Bend your right knee and place the sole of the foot towards near the leg. And if you want to put a cushion underneath your knee, you can. And then we continue lifting up, so the arms come up overhead, and then bring the hands down. Now it changes it quite dramatically, so just move at your own with your own body. So palms lift up towards the heart, and then we reach forward again, and you feel the stretch through the hip. And just move what's comfortable for you. If it feels painful, go back to where you felt safe. Breathe out and breathe in. In this pose, as well as stretching the body and stretching the muscles on the side of the body, it's also good on an energetic level. It's really nice. It helps us to relieve anxiety, stress, and it's also said to alleviate depression. And then come forward, and then hold on wherever's good for you. So knee, ankle, shin, head facing down, breathing in, and just relaxing on that out breath. And then guiding those hands in once more. Breathing in, hands come up in front of the chest, arms out to the side. Lift your leg up, pop your leg back down. And then lift the other one. Make sure you feel comfortable. Knees supported, breathe in, arms lift, spine lengthens, hands come down. Turn palms up, breathe in, come to that heart center and reach forwards. And keep turning that wheel. Breath lips up, breathe out. Just enjoying that flow. As you breathe in, and enjoy that exhalation, and stretch as you breathe out. Now this time, hold on to your knee, ankle, your shin, your foot, wherever's good for you. And on your in-breath, you lengthen, and as you breathe out, the head just comes down. And then releasing those hands once more, tracing back up. Arms go out to the side. Both legs go back down on the mat. You lift all the way up. And then final time, you come down and just relax there. Hold on to your knees, ankles, shins, feet, whatever you wish. And just rest there. And then coming back in, tracing those little fingers down, side of the legs, and the hands just come up and meet in front of the heart. Close your eyes. Your hands release, relax. Remove your cushion. And then we come down onto the mat and you come down onto your back. And then we come into the bridge pose. So first thing to do down here is to make sure that your spine is long and lengthened. You can move your hips a tiny bit forward so that curve of the back flattens so you can't get your hands underneath. And then check that your knees are in line with your hips and your feet. And just relax down there, arms by the side of the body. And we're going to take a journey from the base of the spine, and each in-breath you lift one more vertebra into it. So first of all, breathe out. And then engage your core muscles. So lift pelvic floor, engage your glutes, and just press in the sacrum down into the mat. That's small of the back. And then breathe out, relax, and just roll down towards the coccyx. And then as you breathe in this time, engaging those muscles, pressing down into that curve of the back and pressing into the knees and just lifting the coccyx from the mat. Breathe out, roll, relax back down. And each time you breathe in, you lift one more vertebra. Breathe out. So I'm going to invite you to take that journey in your own time with your own breath, spending as long as you need at each junction of the body, each vertebra. The only thing to be aware of is you breathe in, you lift up, and the out breath, the body comes back down and you relax. And just allowing that journey, just traveling through. It brings the whole of the body into alignment. And then as that journey comes up towards the neck, you want to make sure that your neck is very, very, very relaxed. You've got space here. And it may be that you lift up to your shoulders. You want to make sure your knees are hip distance apart and the feet firmly grounded. It could feel as though you've got two threads attached onto your pelvis. And it's the threads that lift you. Holding that bridge for a second, creating the bridge, and then lowering back down. And if you want to lift up in one great big swoop up, you can do. Holding again, holding that steady strength, and feeling good that you're helping to keep the spine so healthy. Bring the body back down now, placing one vertebra down at a time. Let your knees now come into your chest and hug your knees in. And just gently rocking from side to side. Just rocking from side to side, feeling the pressure as it rolls along the top of the sacrum and relaxing any tension from this space. And then placing your hands onto your knees. Let the knees be pressed down towards the chest. And then begin to take the knees around in tiny circles to begin with. Just allowing that circular movement to happen. You just relaxing And we always find circles relaxing. Continuation. And get the other way as well. They go the other way. And then let the body come back to stillness, placing your hands on your knees, breathe in. As you breathe out, press your knees down and lift your nose up towards your knees. And then let the head come back down onto the mat. Lift your right leg up and cross your right thigh over the left. Interlace your hands behind the backs of your knees. And then breathe in. As you breathe out, press the knees down towards the chest. And we're stretching into piriformis muscle. And then changing the legs over. Interlace the hands behind the backs of your knees. Breathe in. As you breathe out, press the knees down towards your chest. And you might feel different on this side. And just allowing that lengthening of your out breath as you stretch, release. Lovely. Release your stretch. Bring the ankle and place your ankle behind your knee. And then you've got a little triangle shape. Feed your arm through the triangle and interlace your hand behind the back of your thigh. And then in stage 2, being really mindful of not overstretching. Just drawing that knee in towards you. And then change. The left ankle goes behind your knee. Your arm goes through. And then as you breathe out, you draw those knees in. It's lovely. Just keeping your breath really steady and even throughout the whole of this stretch. And then release your legs, pop the soles of the feet back down onto the mat, pop your arms down at shoulder height so your arms are supporting you, and just let your knees flop to one side and then the other. And let it be a really floppy movement. You'll need to use your core to bring the knees through the middle safely. But it's a really nice floppy movement for the hips. You can go as slow or as fast as you want. And you may find that you want to turn your head the opposite way as well. And then come back to that center point. And slide your left leg away, bring your right foot up, pop your right foot onto your knee, your left hand onto your knee, and your right arm on the mat. And then just make sure you breathe out as you move into your stretch. And we're going to repeat it a couple of times. So just relaxing on your out breath into your stretch. Use your core and breath, come back to the middle. And then relax back into that stretch. And then use your core, use your breath, come back in. Bring both knees back in for a second. Have a little rock and roll. Sit. And then slide your right leg away. Left foot comes up onto the knee, right hand on the knee, and left hand down on the mat. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, move into that stretch. Let your head turn the other way. And then roll back to the middle and then move into it again. Let your head turn, let your body really relax into it. And then come back through to the middle, turning onto your right side for a second. Let me just check what time we're on. Yep, turn onto your right side, and you want to have your knees at 90 degrees to your body. You can pop your little cushion underneath your head. And both arms are extended out shoulder height. Make sure you've got enough space for your arm to circle around. And I say that because once I quite hurt myself doing this one. So it's really important that you have enough space. And then breathe out, pop your core muscles on very gently. And then as your in-breath arrives, start to let the arm that's on top go up overhead. Try to keep the fingers connected with the mat if you can. And you're just circling that arm around. And then your hand passes by the hip to the knee. And the hands reconnect. And we're going to go around a few times. Spiraling away, tension and tiredness. Really enjoying that rotation. And each spiral you create, really notice the difference from the one previous, that relaxation, how much more space you have. And it only takes a few of these for the pecs to stretch and the shoulder to relax. Really relaxing into it. Really allowing the shoulders to roll. Now, next time your arm goes behind you, I'd like you to pause in that shape with your both arms extended, shoulder height. Lovely. And when you get here, just take a big deep breath in and relax on the out breath. Let go of any core muscles and your shoulders relax. And then let the arm come back to join the other hand. And then turn over so we can repeat on the other side. Lovely. So just setting yourself up so you've got your knees at 90 degrees to your body, arms are extended at shoulder height, both palms facing one another, and core muscles slightly engaged, and then the arm that's on top starts to circle around. Remember, we never force it, we just let the amazing gravity take control here. Spiral relaxes, releases. And then this time when your arm goes back behind, just pause. Relax. You can let the head look the opposite direction and just be still in that shape. And then let your hands come back together. Let them reconnect. Slide your legs away. Roll over onto your tummies. And our final pose, get yourself organized, is to come into this Sphinx pose. So you want to make sure your legs are really relaxed. Your knees are relaxed, your big toes are fairly close together, and then have your thumbs just in line with your eyes. And we're going to breathe out. And in this pose, we don't use the glutes. So just breathe out, engage core, and start to lift one vertebra at a time, just in the same way as a cat would move its back. Bring your elbows in underneath your shoulders. Have your palms down, fingers separated. And then we just need to do a couple of checks to make sure you're comfortable. So you want to check that your elbows are directly beneath your shoulders, so you've got a right angle. And then you want really nice broad shoulders. So you can draw your shoulders back, let the sternum lift, let the chin be parallel to the floor. And then pressing your fingertips, feel as though a thread is attached to your chest and that thread is drawing you through. You can feel compression in the lumbar part of the spine. And once you arrive here, just begin to breathe. Just tuning into your steady breathing rhythm. If you feel comfortable and strong, just start to let the head, the chin come down to the chest so you feel a stretch through the back of the neck. And just take in very slow, steady breaths. Use your core and breath, lift your head up. And then let your head look over towards the right side. And then looking back towards the center. And then look towards the left. Come back to the middle. Let your elbows go out to the side and bring your body down to rest in crocodile pose. You're going to separate your feet nice and wide apart, heels are in, toes are pointed out, and you place one arm on top of the other and your forehead rests on the back of your arms. Just staying in this place of stillness for a few moments. And as you rest here, the other day I opened my book and on a page, and I just like to read the quotes that I open it on. And I'm going to give you this quote before we go into relaxation. And it's a quote from Nelson Mandela. And the quote is, "I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it." And it just reminds us about our courage. And sometimes we confuse courage, because courage can just be that wish to make sure that we get up in the morning to do just the very, very normal tasks that we have to do every day. That can take courage. Just take a couple of breaths here, down into the abdomen, into the belly. And then just starting now to slide your heels in closer together and just roll over onto your backs. And get all your blankets and cushions and get yourself prepared for your relaxation shavasana. So you're nice and comfy, nice and cozy. Just relaxing your body down. Feeling the ground underneath, and stillness and steadiness. Just taking time to scan through your body, noticing how different it feels to how it felt this morning just before we practiced. More relaxed, more flexible. Just scanning up from the feet, noticing the feet resting on the mat, your toes. Just let that awareness just swirl its way up through your ankles, shins and calf muscles, your knees, every major muscle, every bone, every tissue within your body, and through the hips and the pelvis, back of the body, chest, your face. Noticing the gentle rise and fall of the chest and the abdomen. And let your focus come back to your feet. And just drawing the toes towards your body now, breathing in and feeling the stretch through the back of your legs. Breathe out, push the toes away. And just do that a couple of times in your own time. And relaxing your legs. And towards your knees now, and pressing the backs of the knees down towards the mat. You'll feel the quads engaging, maybe even the glutes. And breathe in. Breathe out, relax, let go. And coming up now to your core muscles. And just tighten your core muscles for the final time this morning. Just engaging, switching on those muscles, breathe into them. And then breathe out. Gentle, soft release. Pressing the sacrum into the mat. It's in the sacrum, front of the body. And then moving that focus up through each vertebra in your spine. Just allowing that awareness to come up. And then when you come to your shoulder blades, just draw your shoulder blades together, feel the back arch. And breathe in. And on your out breath, let your shoulders relax down. And then let your head turn, left side and right side. soothing the muscles in the neck and slowing it right down. And then moving so slowly. Your head come back to the front, scrunch up your eyes, furrow the brow. Have a few moments with your face. Tap your eyes, have a smile, wiggle your nose. And then open your mouth really wide and stick out your tongue and move it up, down, left and right. And then let your tongue come back in, let your mouth close, and just feel the whole of the face relaxing. I'm just going to leave you there for a moment. I'll be back in a second. And then we come back down to the feet. Noticing the legs, and now breathing, a feeling of softness, feeling of security into the soles of your feet, feeling secure, grounded, at home. And let that feeling expand up into the ankles, to the shins, and feel it soothing the bones within the feet, the bones in the leg, the knee, just breathing that softness through, breathing out, just settling, and it flows up into the thigh, the back of the thigh, the front, the long bones in the legs, the hips, the pelvis, just breathing that soft feeling through and breathing out. Breathe the softness now into the abdomen. And breathe out. Back of your shoulders, the chest, arms, your hands, your neck. Feeling that soft feeling in every cell within your system. It looked after, nurtured, settled. Breathe out. Softness now fills the face, crown of the head, your eyes. And then breathing in and taking a big deep breath into the body, feeling the lungs expand and the abdomen, belly. And as you breathe out now, let that breath move down through your body. Allow it to soothe, to clear, and feel as though that breath's moving out through the feet. And then I'm going to invite you to spend a few moments just simply resting here in this place of stillness. resting here. And in the sound of your breathing, gentle rise and fall of the chest and the abdomen. We're going to begin that process of returning back to your body. I'm going to use the colours of this season to reawaken us. So in your mind's eye, just allow the image of the forest, the trees, and see the variety of colour and shape available. So colours of red and orange and green, and just feeling nature's palette. And invite in those colours to energise you and to fill you with that feeling of freshness, that vibrant colours. So just deepening the breath and then allowing the colours to just start flowing over the crown of the head. Colours of orange and yellow, just allowing it to brighten your eyes. Hearing the sound of the breath entering the nostrils, and that light variety of colour just starts to flow down through your spine. It flows down into your arms and hands, strengthening. It flows into the chest, filling up your chest, heart, your lungs. Radiance flows down. It's almost like a river of light, river of colour, flowing down into the hips and pelvis, into the organs within that area, really balancing, harmonizing the whole body, mind, body and spirit. That light now comes down into your legs, strong legs, steadiness in the knees, ankles, the feet and the toes. Just receiving a big deep breath into the whole body and moving your fingers and toes, having a stretch and just starting to turn now, turn on to whichever side is best for you to go. Excuse me. As you turn, you might want to just let the face smile with your eyes. And then just pressing down into your palms. And slowly, slowly, slowly press down and bring yourself back to a seated position. And then let your hands come together. Grip some warmth in your hands. And when your hands feel nice and warm, you can place them over your eyes. Put your eyes open. Separate your fingers, give your forehead a tap. Your eyebrows a tap and your cheeks. And your jaw, give yourself a dust off. Arms up, give yourself a big hug. And then give the other side a hug as well. And we'll just end by taking the arms up overhead. Let your palms connect and guide your hands down in front of your heart. And Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And just arriving back to your place. So I hope you enjoyed this morning's yoga class. It's always, I always love teaching. It's always nice.